Hello comic book fans and Bronze Age fans. I'm doing this video to showcase here my The Brave and the Bold collection of comic books. Now this is by no means the entire run of The Brave and the Bold, nor is it even the entire run of Batman's appearance as in The Brave and the Bold. As you know, the comic was known for having Batman as the guest star, as the permanent star, and then having a guest star in each issue. So let's get started here with Batman and Wildcat. This is The Brave and Bold number 88. This is the oldest one that I have. All right, count to 10 and die. Now let's go with the next one. Here we have Batman and the question mark. Let's see if we can get rid of that glare right there. If you're wondering who that question mark is, it's Plastic Man here for Batman number 95. Now some of these, they're from my own collection, and I admit they are pretty beat up. Some of them I have gotten them in several places, sometimes not even a comic book store, maybe even a thrift store, where they don't have them exactly in the best of conditions. Here's the next one, Batman and Sergeant Rock here, number 96. Great stories here in The Brave and the Bold, and this may be probably my favorite comic book series of all time. And I am working to get, the full run of the Batman ones, where Batman is the permanent star. Here we have Batman and 4 famous co-stars: Green Lantern, Black Canary, Robin, and Green Arrow. It's number 100. I recently got this one, Batman and Teen Titans. It has a tear here in the middle, which I did not notice when I was buying it. I did buy this at a comic book store, and I got it cheap. I think it was $5. Considering it's the age of it, it's a number 102. Let's go with the next one here, Batman and Deadman, number 104. We have Batman and Wonder Woman here. Here's the Wonder Woman when she had the no powers, back in the early 70s. This is number 105. Here we have the next one, Brave and Bold, number 106. It's a Batman and the Green Arrow plus question mark. Spoiler alert. That plus means it's a Two-Face, that he is the villain in this story. Let's go now to another guest star here, Batman and Black Canary, Brave and Bold 107, in the $3 million sky. Batman and the Demon, number 109, Gotham Bay, Be My Grave. Now we have here the Wildcat again, here in Brave and Bold 110. Now, of course, there were guest stars that came in more than once. Wildcat is one of them. And here for number 112, 100th page, super spectacular, we have Batman and Mr. Miracle, plus some reprints here from earlier Brave and Bold stories like Aquaman and Hawkman, The Silent Knight, and Batman and Green Lantern. All right, this particular edition is in low-grade shape, but I'm glad to have it in my collection anyway. Here we have another 100-page issue, Brave and Bold number 113, Batman and the Metal Men. There you see the other reprints, Hawkman, Viking Prince, Green Arrow. Batman and the Atom. This one is really beat up. Like I said, these were not bought by me. I bought these like maybe at thrift stores or something. I would never treat my comics like this. It's got tape here on the side, rips and such. When I can, I'll upgrade these. This one is a bit in better shape. Number 116, Batman and the Spectre. Plus those other stories right there with the Teen Titans. A really cool one right here, number 119, Batman and Man-Bat. Awesome. Always loved Man-Bat. And right here, let me just take a moment to mention the artist most associated with Brave and Bold, which is Jim Aparo, who did this particular excellent cover. You know, Jim Aparo is just one of my favorite artists and one of the best Batman artists ever. You know, he's right up there with Neil Adams. I did say it was 119 right there, and 120, Batman and the Kamandi, the last boy on Earth. You know, many of these stories took out a place outside of regular Batman continuity, so you could have, you know, crazy stories like this, where Batman goes to the future to team up with Kamandi. Here we have another repeat offender, number 121, Batman and the Metal Men. I always loved the Metal Men. They were always a great guest stars here, and a great group of heroes. The Doomsday Express. Let's move these out of the way so we can go on to Batman and Sergeant Rock. Now, look closely here at this cover for number 124. We have the artist Jim Aparo here on the corner, who is drawing the Brave and Bold. So we have some meta story going on here. And yes, some of that appears inside of the book itself. Great issue. Batman and the Flash for 125. Batman and Aquaman here for 126. And these are Nazi divers that they are fighting right there. If you can see the swastikas. And once more, Batman and Wildcat. That's for 127. And from 132, we have Batman and Richard Dragon, a Kung Fu Fighter. Right there. A character very much of his time, you know, as Kung Fu was all the rage back in the 70s. Here we have number 133, again, another repeating guest star, Batman and Deadman. A Dead Man's Revenge from Beyond the Grave. Brave and Bold 138, Batman and Mr. Miracle. Pretty cool cover. Another repeat guest star here for 142, Batman and Aquaman. Of course, as you can see by the numbering, I do not have all of the Brave and Bolds, but I'm getting there. Here for number 144, Batman and the Green Arrow. I believe Green Arrow, don't quote me on this, I believe Green Arrow was the guest star that most appeared with Batman and the Brave and Bold. I absolutely love this one. Batman and the Phantom Stranger. Number 145. You'll see that this is a Whitman Comics variant right there. And in fact, I myself put this little marker here for 145 because it does not say so on the cover. Only on the inside cover. Likewise for this one, Batman and the Unknown Soldier for 146. It is also a Whitman variant. And here we have 147, Batman and Supergirl, also the Whitman variant. And I have two of them. One of my favorite ones, this one, Batman and Supergirl. This particular story, it's really good. Now we go skip a few numbers ahead to 151 for Batman and the Flash. Now for 152, Batman and the Atom. For 153, Batman and the Red Tornado. Again, these beautiful Jim Aparo covers. Love that artist. Number 154, Batman and the Metamorpho, the Element Man. And the 155, Batman and Green Lantern. 156, Batman and Dr. Fate. Kamandi returns here in number 157, Batman and Kamandi. In this case, Kamandi comes from the future to the present to team up with Batman. 161, Batman and Adam Strange. The Masked Manhunter, a million miles from home. You know, he goes over there to, I believe it's Rann, the planet where Adam Strange lives. Once again, Batman and the Sergeant Rock here for 162. Excuse me, did not mention that 161 was Batman and Adam Strange. Batman and Black Lightning for 163. Batman and his JLA buddy Hawkman here for 164. .166 brings us Batman and the Black Canary here battling the Penguin, plus guest backup story by Nemesis. Batman and Black Hawk right there with for 167. A tale set in World War II. Like I said, the continuity here was not an issue, and Batman could team up with just about anybody. You will note here on the costume that he does not have the yellow oval, so this is is noted as being a tale from the past. Again, the backup story by Nemesis. We skip a few ahead for 172, Batman and Firestorm, plus a Nemesis story. A very odd one here, Batman and the Guardians of the Universe. Those are the ones that gave Green Lantern his ring. So he has teamed up with both Green Lantern and the Guardians of the Universe, plus a Nemesis story. And speaking of which, here for the next one, that was 173. The next one is 174. We have Batman and Green Lantern. Another unusual team up here, Batman and Lois Lane versus Metallo, the Kryptonite killer. Here we see Batman being affected by kryptonite. Why is that? Well, you'll have to read to find out. Two detectives team up here, Batman and the Elongated Man for 177. And a really cool one, and one of my favorites, Batman and the Creeper here for 178. And here we have this Buckler and Giordano cover, which is amazing, even though the interior art is by Jim Aparo. And I believe I read that Jim Aparo himself said that this was his favorite Brave and Bold story. You know, the one of all of the ones he did. And I have to say, it's probably my favorite too. Batman and the Spectre for 180. 181, we have Batman and the Hawk and Dove. And the very special one here for number 182, Batman and Robin, the X-Boy Wonder. Now, why X-Boy Wonder? Because this is the Robin of Earth 2. Here we have interlude on Earth 2. We have guest starring Batwoman, and with Hugo Strange as the villain. You just cannot go wrong with that. Great stuff. And speaking of Earth 2, here we have Batman and the Huntress. Excuse me. Though I don't remember if this is in fact an Earth 2 story. All right. Now again, here we have Buckler and Giordano doing excellent cover for 185 for Batman and Green Arrow. Hawkman returns here for number 186, to battle the Fadeaway Man. The Metal Men also return here for 187, Batman and the Metal Men. And whatever happened to what's her name is referring to another member of the Metal Men that was created, but was later out of the team for reasons which I will not spoil here. All right. Batman and this enigmatic heroine, it's just Rose and Thorn for 188. A Grave as Wide as the World. And this is in fact a two-part story. It continues here in 189. All right. Batman returns to space in Batman and Adam Strange number 190. The Death of Adam Strange, maybe. Another of my favorites, besides the Batman and the Creeper one, this may be my second favorite Brave and Bold story. Here we have Batman and the Joker. Yes, indeed. They do team up to find who killed the Penguin. This is an absolutely great story. Batman and Superboy. Like I said, continuity here was not an issue. You could just do whatever you wanted. The writer of many of these stories was Bob Haney. And these stories were sometimes said to occur in the Haneyverse, where just about anything goes. And now another guest star here who wasn't a backup story, but now he gets his own place alongside Batman and Nemesis for 193. I don't think I mentioned 192 for Superboy. Great cover there. 194, Batman and the Flash. Batman and I, Vampire for 195. One of my favorite heroes here, and one that I do think makes a perfect partner for Batman, because both of them are creatures of the night. It's Batman and Ragman here for 196. Batman and his love, Batman and Catwoman for 197. Facing the Scarecrow. Batman and Karate Kid for 198. The Spectre returns here for 199. Batman and the Spectre. And the very last issue of this volume 1 of the Brave and Bold, which is the anniversary issue, Batman and Batman. We have Batman of Earth 1 and Batman of Earth 2 in this issue. What a way to finish the series. Like I said, my favorite series of all time. And I am constantly looking out to finish out the run of the Batman team-ups. Let's look now at some of them. Now, the Brave and Bold was rebooted a couple of times. Here we have only 3 issues of I believe the volume 2. Though I am going to get to the rest of those as well. Here we have Flash and the Doom Patrol. Here it goes back to the original format of the Brave and Bold, where you could have just random heroes teaming up. Number 8. Number 30, Green Lantern and Dr. Fate. And number 32, Aquaman and the Demon. This one is a really good story. Now, if you are so inclined, you can also buy these showcase books, which, as you know, are these thick 500-page volumes, which are all in black and white. As you can see, there are black and white reprints of these stories. So Showcase has the Brave and Bold, the Batman team-ups, And as of right now, I have 3 volumes. Here's volume 1. Here is volume 2. And volume 3. Now, of course, these 3 do not represent all of the Batman team-ups. I believe this one stops at the 130, Brave and Bold number 131. So there's still a ways to go, and I still have to get the rest of those, and also the rest of the single issues, you know, so I can have my collection complete. Well, that does it here for my Brave and Bold collection. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I will, on this channel, be showing more of my collection. Thank you for watching, and so long.